Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Down the Rabbit Hole News, I am the Rabbit. A couple days ago, I dropped a video that was a lot of questions and a lot of speculations about Hot Snakes Media. It's in the description box if you have not watched it. Now, I want to get into some things because I feel like we finally got some receipts that are putting things together and we got to get into it. Some of the comments that you guys have left me were very interesting and I want to highlight a couple of those comments because I'd love to highlight what you guys have to say. I want to highlight at least 3 of those comments. Somebody said in the comments, the fact that they are working with Bam's family, Lima and Stevo, is a huge red flag. How anyone could be fully informed on the situation and see them as anything but completely untrustworthy, borderline criminal in their roles in the Bam situation, to the point where they think involving them in a docu about the situation will result in honest, good faith results is absolutely beyond my comprehension. Shout out to this person. I would have to agree with this comment. Like, my understanding that Jamie Gilmore participated in this documentary, right? And we're going to get into that because we got a little receipt that a little birdie dropped, okay? This woman participated in this documentary, and I feel like we finally know what this documentary might actually be about. Somebody said in the comments, I keep asking these questions myself. Is this documentary affiliated with Lima? Will they frame her positively? What lens perspective are they taking with this documentary? Very strange. I would think they'd explain the documentary and their stance or show a clip to inform you more before you say yes or no. That's a great question, right? Like before you agree to anything. And key word that was used in that email was perpetuity, right? Perpetuity. If you guys remember, I told you guys that they were asking to use a clip that I was trying to figure out how is Mark Laita and the Nova situation related to Lima. But the key word here, you guys, is perpetuity. Perpetuity. Some of you guys in the comments were telling me I don't sign anything that says perpetuity or anything like that. What does my little clip of my opinion have anything to do with what they're trying to do? It left me baffled with a lot of questions. Shout out to that subby who made that comment. Somebody said in the comments, wonder if their usage of your and BJ's work on this issue is an attempt to catch and kill. As someone else stated, never sign anything with the word perpetuity in it. This is why I said what I said. I wouldn't have participated on a documentary like this, even if they paid me. I side eye anybody because do you have a full understanding of how they're using your narrative or your verbiage and how they might flip it? If anybody participated in this documentary, providing as interviewing or providing clips, you do have to kind of wonder what narrative are they going to point out, because this lawsuit was vexatious. This lawsuit was an attempt to take this woman's rights away, to silence her, to defame her character. I mean, BJ came out swinging with what she had to do, and some of us witnessed some of it. And then the people that filed false, restraining orders and false declarations. I mean, one thing after another, very strategic attacks. You do have to wonder, what is the goal from this documentary and how are all these pieces connected together? I have to show you guys some receipts, okay? I just saw these posted and I wanted to talk a little bit about that. And of course, I'm going to read them to you. This is an email that Jamie wrote titled, I have evidence. And it says, it appears I am for Lima, but she knows I'm not for her. I have evidence and it would only be sent to you if you do not have me blocked. I know you would have an endless battle with endless delays, and all is funded and fueled by and their entire clan. I'm thinking you refer to them as clowns. I have my entire history of text messages with Lima that I will share, and then the strange court case becoming an opportunity to be on. The timing was off. Lima acted like this was the best news to be interviewed by people who seem to be behind it all. I want sanctions. I hope this is clear. The title of this email is I Have Evidence, and it's dated May 13th. So this is an email that Jamie sent, and she's trying to say that it appears that she was for Lima, okay? But she knows that she was not for her. I mean, you signed a declaration, you did all that, girl, and you talked about BJ and your 25,000 subscriber channel, which is now deleted. I'm not really sure. She says, I have evidence and it would only be sent to you if you do not have me blocked. So here's Jamie saying, I have evidence. It would only be sent to you if you don't have me blocked. Okay, girl. If I remember correctly from BJ, she had blocked her, but she was still trying to get in contact with BJ. So you're writing this declaration where you accuse BJ of doing all kinds of things to you, and you're still trying to get in contact with her?
On the contrary, I have made specific efforts not to speak to her or have any contact at all with her, going so far as to block her email address and her phone number. But she has repeatedly attempted to make contact with me anyway. As recently as last month, and this is, I guess I was drafting this up in April, as recently as last month, March 26th, 2024, Gilmore somehow procured my personal cell phone number and called me from a number unfamiliar to me, having a area code. I did not answer this call from this unfamiliar number, so Gilmore, Gilmour, left a voice message. And I said, I have no idea how Gilmore, Gilmour, got my number, why she called me at all, and why she would call me for help or advice, specifically after she had filed the declaration in this present case. This case we're talking about right now, the California restraining order attempt number 2. I said, when I didn't succumb to her repeated demands for my attention, she went so far as to making claims that Lima had apparently threatened her and forced her to sign her declaration under duress. So she's talking about duress.
Help me understand this, guys. Like, how does this work? You can't make sense of this. I know you have an endless battle with endless delays, and all is funded and fueled by all is funded and fueled by hot. Yeah, that media company this is not looking good as far as how far this company would go. This is what Jamie is saying. The woman that signed that declaration. I'm thinking you refer to them as clowns. I have my entire history of text messages with Lima that I will share, and then the strange court case becoming an opportunity to be on. From what I'm reading here, this is really made to be so that Lima and anybody that supports her is like in the right about everything that's happening. She says the timing is wrong. Lima acted like it's the best news to be interviewed by people who seem to be behind it. I want sanctions. I hope this is clear. Well, Jamie's saying that she wants sanctions. Do you want Lima sanctioned? If you want Lima sanctioned, go correct the record, the court record. Go tell them that you lied. Be honest and be forward. That's how you get the appropriate sanctions, because the way I see it, you should be held accountable for that. I'm sorry. That's how I see it. That's how I see it. Some of you guys may not agree with me on that, but I personally feel like if you are going to mess up my whole entire life by signing declarations, providing false declarations, whether you wrote them or not, it's your signature, and then go on your live and do these crazy ass videos with these people behind you, I definitely believe, in my opinion, you should be held accountable. You signed this declaration under penalty of perjury. You should be held accountable. That's what needs to happen. If anybody, you need to be accountable for this. This is criminal. And here's another email from Jamie. And of course, emails and names and stuff like that have been blurred, to protect the people. The title of this email is, I am an American with the same rights. Interesting when you're trying to take somebody else's rights away. I do not have anything against you for using my video from a long time ago. I don't care. I'm glad you were able to use the means you have, and I'm glad you won the sanctions, and I'm glad the liar from who knows where has lost. This is Jamie writing to BJ saying, I am glad I'm glad. Jamie, I don't think BJ wants to have any more contact with you. I think it would be best for you not to contact this woman anymore. Like, don't. I'm just saying it wouldn't be okay. Like, to me, anybody that files any false police reports, false declarations, false restraining orders, false anything, girl, no. They put you on lists of shit. They put you on things like that. Please don't. Like, we don't need any contact. Don't email me. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Don't. This is concerning to me that you would continue to message this woman. It's not a good thing. I am glad the liar from who knows where has lost. I did not write those many versions of declarations, and the fact that I have no channel that you reference does make it more impossible for anyone to see who I am. When she says this about like people not being able to find out who she is because she doesn't have a channel, I don't know how to take her here. Like, are you trying to like, haha, I don't have a channel, therefore nobody's gonna come at me, girl, or I don't have a channel. Like I'm trying to read between the lines here, but I think it's the tone that's throwing me off here a bit. Y'all let me know your thoughts in the comments. I do not care what you say about me because you are free to speak now. But I am an American who has been robbed and not by you. Please remember that you won. I'm disabled and not all disabilities are visible. I am telling you, the tone of this is like, are you apologizing to this woman? Are you apologizing to BJ? Like, what are you doing here? Are you trying to like tell her like, hey, don't use my name or don't use anything, don't use my information. And even if you did use it, they're not gonna find me. I'm like, there is this like manipulative way that she's putting this in this, that it's almost like I'm disabled so I'm able to do this, I'm disabled and therefore I'm able to get away with this. That's what I'm picking up here, and it's pretty concerning. And by the way, BJ did respond, so we'll read BJ's response. Okay, please do not associate the declaration with my full name unless you are able to hear what I have to say, because I feel my silence all this time was misunderstood. I'm an American with disabilities and I'm not able to function anymore. I thought I was on your side, but I have to figure out what the hell I'm after. Jamie tells BJ here, I did not write those many versions of declarations. And the fact that I have no channel that you reference does make it more impossible for anyone to see who I am. So, did you remove your channel knowing that you would be exposed for writing these? Were you afraid of that? I feel like this woman, regardless of disabilities, knows rights from wrong. She knew she was wrong for this. She knew she was wrong. And yet you continued to email BJ to explain yourself, which further tells me that you know you were wrong for a lot of this. Now, let's read the next message by a woman named Bryn. Good morning, BJ. First and foremost, I wanted to apologize. I'm sincerely sorry for not saying anything sooner. I did try, but was made to believe you were not available by name has been redacted. Although it may be something you don't care to hear, I do want to explain my side of things. With that being said, anything that I tell you, I give you full permission to give to your attorneys and use it as you see fit. I have over 800 files, screenshots, and pieces of information to give for whatever is needed. I never spoke, emailed, conversated, or communicated with Lima Jevremovic until December 2023. Jamie had reached out to her and introduced us by that point, and she lists a number of names that I'm not going to release here, had ghosted me, and whatever you were told, you made the decision to not look at my reels anymore on IG. I signed a declaration that was shocking to say the least, to see that 20% of the declaration was what I wrote and the other 80% was scripted like the rest. I was in complete shock to see it for the first time, and it wasn't in my Gmail or mail to me, but up on social media platforms. Someone showed me on Twitter, and and then the message cuts there. Ooh, girl dropped names of people that ghosted her. I'm trying to understand this. Like, why would you take this to this extent? You know what I mean? Like, if you didn't agree with any content creator, what they were doing, or their coverage of a situation or exposure of a situation, you could just unsubscribe, right? Like, you don't have to support the creator whatsoever. But to go as far as to write a declaration and then you're sending this message like a little too late, in my opinion, because honestly, you shouldn't have written a declaration. You should not have signed anything, nothing. You lied. You both lied on this declaration, and then you expect people to believe what you're saying now, that you didn't write it, other people wrote it. And based on what you're saying, it sounds like Jamie was the mastermind behind contacting Lima. Oh my God, you guys. This affects people's lives, right? I got mentioned in Jamie's declaration, and I'm like, girl, what are you talking about? What firsthand knowledge information did you have? Where are the receipts of that? I like an apology too at some point, girl. I'm just saying. But it's interesting because Bree writes here, I signed a declaration that was shocking to say the least. To see that 20% that declaration was what I wrote, and the other 80 was scripted like the rest. I was in complete shock. Well, damn, but you didn't wake your ass up to say no. No, you still signed it, you still wrote it, you still agreed to it. And what are you doing to repair the situation exactly? Because the way I see it, you should also be held accountable. You should also, like, this is a crime, allegedly, and in my opinion. Now, BJ does respond to this on her page. Let's read it. And y'all let me know your thoughts in the comments. Again, this is a live chat, so you guys can interact. Just let me know what you think. This was a couple hours ago that she posted this. I don't know why these people are coming out of the woodworks into my email inbox telling me they didn't sign that declaration, but couldn't have taken that time to tell the court they submitted these false declarations to under penalty of perjury. This is what I'm saying. It's like, save all of that. Save the lengthy email. When we see good people, and I consider BJ good people, when you see somebody being done this way, in my opinion, doesn't deserve it, this shit just pisses me off. She writes, these lunatics harass me, stalk me, try to set me up with false statements in court, and try to steal my rights. They're still emailing me, trying to explain themselves for some inexplicable reason. I will continue to document publicly the deranged tactics of these bad actors for my own safety. I would say so, girl. Like, I would say so. This is like, y'all leave this woman alone. Stop it. Stop it. I have one more receipt to show. And to me, this is the receipt that shows you all of these connections even deeper. Let me read it to you. This is a text message, and it's dated Friday, March 15th. Hi, Jamie. I hope this message finds you well. My name is Redacted, and I got your number from Lima Jevremovic. I'm a producer with the Blank Network, doing a series on Lima and that surprise witness. I'm wondering if you had a few minutes to talk today or over the weekend. Oh man, I swear. These people. Let me keep reading. Thursday, March 21st, another message. Hi, Jamie. Looks like we are going to go with the solo interview option and come to you in location redacted. Can you let me know if you have any dates that you are busy from now until April 14th? Jamie responds and says, April 10th is court. Other than that, I think I'm free. So, Jamie Gilmore, documented known liar, has a producer that's contacting her for an interview. And right there tells you what they're working on. And please note that the network that's contacting her is not this one. It's a different one. I'm a producer with the Blank Network doing a series on Lima and that surprise
Honestly,
witness.
I have a whole nother separate theory about what's actually going on here, like the bigger picture, like taking it one step above even more. And it does have to do with the engineering of a social situation so that they can document it for a reality show or some type of documentary. I have told the documentary people that I don't want anything to do with them. They are not permitted. They do not have my permission or my consent to use any of my content.
I have a theory. And this is just a theory, okay? I believe Jamie Gilmore played a really important role because of her ability to infiltrate in areas, her ability to weaponize her disability that she has reported to have. My thought is that Jamie Gilmore was important for this documentary or docuseries because she's really good at playing different sides of the fence. And then she submits this declaration and lies. She knew to contact Lima. She knew how to get a hold of Lima, right? Isn't that what Bryn or Bree said in her email? In her messages, doesn't really show remorse. And if you're remorseful, you do the right thing. By observation, it's just an observation. When people feel so attached to a movement, like Free Britney or Free Bam or Stop Scientology or whatever it may be, it's very easy for us to build these parasocial emotional relationships. And then they go too far, where people are being harassed for no reason. Sometimes. I think Jamie is very well aware of what she has done. And this is why she has emailed and reached out to BJ to try to mend the situation. And it makes me wonder, what did she interview about? What did she say in the documentary or in the docuseries? And who else interviewed? And who else spoke? And how much were they paid? You sold yourself. That's what happened here. And then they used Jamie Gilmore, a documented liar, willing to submit court stuff and lie and sign. If this can happen to BJ, this can happen to anybody. That's the craziest part. Anybody can go through something like this. Bree or Brennan, whatever the hell her name is, I kind of wonder what role she played in this series that we have yet to see. That, there's just so much speculation and talk about within this little sector, right? It's all coming together, in my opinion, about how they try to set up BJ for this docuseries, in my opinion, and allegedly, of course. And this is a lot of speculation. And let me also tell you guys, please don't contact the people that we are discussing on this video. Please and thank you. Don't harass, don't dox, don't message, don't do nothing. Okay? This is just speculation, just my thoughts, my opinions. But I'm more curious to know what you guys think in the comments, because I definitely feel like there's something more sinister here. And I wish I could say that we were done, but I don't think we are. Well, remember when I told you guys that a couple videos ago? I said, I don't think we're done. I don't think we're done. I feel like it's only going to get bigger. I also cannot wait for the part 2 of this, because I want to know how deeper this went. I'll see you guys on the next one. Rabbits out. Bye, guys.